Let's look at Nettailer's quote tool. The first thing you need to do to produce a quote is to log in as the customer you want to produce a quote for. Once we are logged in as the customer, we now need to add the items to the basket that we would like to include in this quote. Now we are happy with the items we want to include, we just add to quotes. If there are any pre-existing quotes, they will be selectable from a drop-down here to edit or add to. As we currently don't have any, we're going to create a new one. In here you can change the product value, the profit amount, or the margin. Updating any of these figures will refresh the other fields. If I reduce our margin very slightly, you can see the other figures have also changed. If you had an order with multiple lines and you wanted to change the overall value of the order, the profit or the margin, then you could do so here. It would change the values of all the lines in the order. We then have this option here to include shipping. Here we can specify how much shipping we want to include on the quote. Using this setting you will overwrite the store's standard shipping logic. The PDF content is where you get to name the quote, decide whether or not this quote is active and choose whether or not you want part numbers to be visible in the quote table. We can also select if we want to override the standard header and use our quote name here as the title of the PDF. The following information will be pre-filled by the PDF template you will have created during the setup stage, but you are able to change this on the fly if you choose. The customer information is pulled through from the customer's registration information. The email that we're going to send the client will also be pre-filled from your predefined template, but you do again have that option to modify it on a case-by-case basis. Once we're happy with the quote, we click Save and then send it to the client. This will be sent directly to the email address the customer specified on registration. They will then receive an email with this subject and content with an attached PDF. The PDF will have your company logo, your company name, your customer's information, and all the actual quote information, and if we scroll down, we can see the One World Sync content. Once the customers received the email, they'll simply be able to click on the link on the email, which will take them directly to their quote page. They can simply click Show, and they'll then be able to add that directly to the basket and place it as an order. The quote tool also has a facility for your customers to request a quote. To do this, they log into the shop, add the items to the basket and then click the Request to Quote button. Once clicked on, all the information will be pre-filled from their account. They can even add a comment if they want. They will then get confirmation that the quote has been sent successfully. The store admin will then receive an email notifying them that a quote request has been submitted. They will be able to access the request from the Quotes Request section in Admin. Simply select the new request, click on Create Quote and log in as customer. We are then taken to the editor again, and we create it exactly as we would if we produced it ourselves, following the same process.